As a builder, you may not think that you're exposed to inland marine insurance because it sounds like something you need a boat or cargo for. But inland marine insurance is actually a catch-all for types of coverages that may not fit into other categories. For example, some materials shipping is covered by inland marine. There may even be coverage for materials on a job site that's covered by inland marine or other types of risks. And as we'll see, this is from Property and Casualty, the inland marine market is kind of holding steady where other markets have gone up. Talks about how inland marine becomes default in many cases, right? If brokers aren't sure what to do with something because it's very unique, they will call the inland marine underwriter. It's in many cases something which has a non-standard type of coverage. Sometimes it's under excess and surplus lines. You may have a construction job where you need to store materials or equipment on that site that wouldn't be covered under your typical GL policy, and that's where inland marine may come up. It's obvious that not to be confused with ocean marine, which is obviously boats on the ocean. Inland marine is property insurance for products, materials, and equipment transported over land or for property warehoused by a third party. So if you have, for example, building materials or equipment that you've placed on a job site that maybe you don't own, that may be an inland marine risk that you have to cover. In most cases, the pandemic has increased many types of insurance, property included. Most inland marine carriers are achieving rate increases in the high single-digit range. The market itself is not as hard as some other lines of business. What that means is it hasn't been affected that much, mostly because the losses have been offset by the reduction in business. So if you're a contractor or a builder, you may find that specific policies you have to add for a project or add for to add an additional insured for your building project may not be as affected as much as your GL policies or your professional liability policies for your construction license. But do keep track of that. Talk to your agent or your broker about what is available. They may be able to shop and look at different markets for coverages that meet or exceed your current coverages. Because they're non-standard policies, the rates aren't filed. They're all over the board. You may find another carrier that has a better appetite for your risk that can offer you a lower rate for similar coverages. So don't be shy about asking your broker or your agent to look at what other coverages exist for things like inland marine or excess and surplus lines. You know, your GL policy or your builder's risk policy is probably going to be similar no matter where you shop it, but things that are covered under inland marine or other non-standard type of excess risk policies might have other options that could save you some money and maybe even get you better coverage.